Alright, so you might notice that the backdrop's a little different. If you happen to subscribe to both our channels, you've noticed that JDP Drumming has been putting out some videos with the two of us playing instruments together in a live acoustic setting in JDP World Headquarters, otherwise known as Jamie's house.
Welcome to my living room.
That sounds like a really bad Guns N' Roses album.
There's a lot of spaghetti and a lot of incidents.
Use your illusion, Jamie. Use your illusion.
Every single day, man.
We made another song, but first, coffee. A lot of whiskey. This time, I dug back into the vaults of Tom, way back to a little band I had back in the day called The Laws of Anarchy. And as you might imagine, with a name like that, it was a punk band.
Hell yeah.
And I was the main songwriter, and I had this guitar idea floating around for a while, no words to it, which every songwriter will tell you, they always got some ideas floating around that aren't done. And then I was at a party, and a friend of mine overdosed and very unfortunately died at this party. And while we were waiting for the paramedics to arrive, I wrote the lyrics to this song. I was 19 or 20 years old at the time. So fast forward 20 years, 20 plus years, and I have never forgotten this song. And Jamie and I are trying to find a second song to do, so I send her a text.
This text. It's like a meme text, and it says, me, Tom, me. Hey, let's do an anti-drug stoner song. Literally, everybody in the entire world. Are you a fucking retard? Jamie. Fuck yeah, I want to do that. Tom. To my people.
So then I sent her the lyrics, and I sent her a very rough recording of just the acoustic guitar. And I didn't let her know this, but I did have a finished version of the backing track on YouTube at the time. It's still up there, you can get it, Stoner Rock in D minor. But I didn't let her hear it, because I wanted her to write the drums.
He sent me this stuff to write the drums, and I also had to put the vocals in. So he gave me an idea of how he wanted the vocals done. I wasn't exactly sure, so I sent the vocals in. I don't even know if I sent the... Did I send the vocals before I sent the drums? Or I did the drums?
Yeah, you gave me the vocals first.
Okay. So I sent the vocals first. I had no clue. Not no clue, but it is somewhat of an idea of what he wanted. And he sends me back the vocals, like, all chopped up. And I'm like, all right, that's how you want it done? Then that's how we're doing it.
Each individual lyric was left alone. I just moved where they were.
Yeah, but it was just, like, chopped up and put where they were, which it sounded weird, but whatever. I was like, oh, well, now I know what he wants to do. Freaking cool. But then I had to do the drums on it, too, which I don't think twice about doing drums, because I'm a freaking drummer. I did the drums. I asked him, I'm hearing this John Bonham syncopated drum beat in there. And even as a drummer, which is probably weird for most drummers, I've never actually used it. I've never really played it. I've been playing drums for 20 years. I've never played the syncopated drum beat, but I heard it in the back of my brain. It was just driving there. And I asked him about it, and he's like, I don't know. So I have this electronic kit that I play on in here, and I just kind of sent him the bass of it, and he gets right back to me, and he's like, that's the way the drums go. He's like, those are the drums. So I questioned, I was like, you sure this is what you want? He's like, no. He's like, those are the drums. And I'm like, fucking sweet.
I was insisting that she get me the drum part before I write the bass part, and I don't think she knew why. One of the best ways that I know to take a slow song and make it drive, which it's a pretty slow song. It's only at 108 beats per minute. Every dance fan just went slow. Is to have the bass guitar and the kick drum play in sync most of the song. You drop it every once in a while just so that you can punctuate it when they start doing it again. And so then I laid the bass in and sent it back with the bass, and she was blown away by it. She was like, yeah, that's perfect. Here's a little clip of it with just guitar, bass, drums, and vocals.
Reality walks away back to me, drowning, crashing while flying. Wearing long white robes.
If I asked you, Jamie, what genre that is when it's just guitar, bass, drums, and vocals playing, what would you say?
It's rock. Just, you know, just rock and roll, I guess, kind of deal. But it doesn't. But it wasn't even just sounding like rock though. It was just like, like because the rock genre is so over all this, and I was like, it's just what it is. Kind of like a classic rock, maybe. Kind of going in there.
And I always felt that it sounded like a punk ballad to me. Like, that's what it always sounded like to me.
Yeah.
I didn't want that. I wanted full orchestration behind it. I wanted to put a string quartet in there, a violin, a harp, an electric piano, horns, and I think there's something else that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Oh,
Harp.
the flute.
Flute. Oh, the flute. Ah, you added the flute. It went totally Jethro Tull. Like, totally Jethro.
It came out something like this.
Reality falls away back to me, drowning, crashing while flying. Wearing a long white robe. So when you was gone.
Well, if it started punk, it didn't stop being punk because I added stuff to it. So what is it? And I was like, well, it's like punk with an orchestra. It's orchestral punk. And I said that to Jamie.
I was like, well, I mean, like punk. I was like, it's so slow. It's at the 108. I'm like, you know, punk to anybody is like this driving, like rah kind of deal going on, and it's like but the whole basis of the song and even the way that that everything's flowing is totally punk. But then there's just all these other instruments added to it. I'm kind of just vibing into it because I didn't know everything was going to be added in there. I'm making these breaks and stuff. I'm doing all like this other technical stuff, and he's like, "No, don't put it there." And I'm like,
I wouldn't let her do like hardly any drum fills. I think there is only drum fills on the transitions until you get to the last chorus.
but as a drummer, you're killing my soul.
But then what did you get to do on the last chorus?
It all worked out. It all worked out. Once he was filling in everything, then the simplicity of the drums is what kept that punk rock feel going, which was fucking sweet. It sounds good in there. It flows with it.
So basically what it is I needed room for all those other instruments to live and breathe. She did it. She did a great job. And then I told her to put a drum solo at the end, and
yeah, it took forever though. I mean, not that we've recorded a lot together at this point, but we had a lot of trouble recording that, which it sounds easy, but it was not.
well, moment of confession.
Yes.
All the original tracks were done at 98 beats per minute.
Forgot about that.
We were both having trouble playing it at that speed when she came up to record it. And so, out of desperation, after an entire wasted day, an entire day of not one usable track, I pulled up my version that's on YouTube that I could have looked at any point in the process. It was at 108 beats per minute. The second we sped it up to 108 beats per minute, it was like magic. Like, I think second take after that we got it.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I mean, the drums at the end were like maybe third or fourth take, but it flowed so much better being at that, you know, an extra 20 BPM, or what, 10 BPMs? 10?
Yeah. 10.
It's like just an extra 10, not even that much. And it just flowed so much better, and we just vibed on it, done, bam, hit the solo at the end, vibed. It was just great. It just went so much better.
So we finished putting the song together and we recorded it and we played it for some of our friends. We recorded their reactions. Our grandma might or might not be in here because we're going to see her tomorrow.
I think she'll like it. You know, she loves music, but she loves country music now, which I'm not sure how that happened, but apparently Tom has an explanation for it. This is the part where you need to flip the cassette tape. Bingo!
B-I-N-G-O.
B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O, and Bingo was his name. Oh!
All right.
It works so good.
So my explanation as to why Grandma used to hate country and now loves it is that rock and roll grew up and changed its name to country. That is my thesis statement.
Yeah.
So you don't believe me?
No.
Let me ask you something.
He's gonna prove me wrong.
All things in music stay the same. Nothing has changed except for one thing.
It's gonna hurt.
And that one thing is that the song Let It Be came out today. Is it rock or is it country?
It would probably go in the country category.
Uh-huh.
No.
Now, here's another one. All things the same. Everything the same. Let It Be was even released when it was originally released now. But this other song, little ditty that some of us know about, called Layla, just comes out today. Rock, country, jazz, folk. What's the genre?
Oh God. It's gonna be country.
Okay, one more, just one. This time, the song is Stairway to Heaven. Rock or country?
Stop taking my soul from me. It's gonna be country.
Rock and roll grew up and changed its name. It's not dead, it didn't go anywhere. I've got a 4 Reasons Why video on that topic. There's a link in the description.
I am not okay with this.
Neither am I, which is why 4 Reasons Why is an entire rant series that I do when things upset me. But just because they upset me does not make them untrue.
My eyes are twitching. I can't deal with this.
Without further ado, here is...
That's Jesus, man. Not country.
This
but we did
You
get
know
on-
what this is?
Huh.
This is what happens when a gynecologist learns how to play guitar.
Steady burning down from heaven. Then went out cold until 11. Broken, alone, and dying. You come down, your holy faith wanes. Need more shit in your veins. Fighting and losing, crying. Blind to your reality. Lost your way back to me. Drowning, crashing while flying. Wearing long white robes. Saw when you were stoned. Is not real. Does not feel. Wearing long white robes. Saw when you were stoned. Is not real. Does not feel. Staring at your coffin lid. Listing the fears that you hid. Broken, alone, and crying. Soon you'll be in the ground. So lost, I hope you are found.
you enjoyed the show. Once again, I'm Tom.
I'm Jamie.
And we would like you to like
Subscribe.
and ring my bell, baby.
Ding, motherfuckers.
Have a great time, everybody. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and God bless.
Adios, amigos.